Slap 2 is a fighting game that has a lot of depth with both its characters and mechanics. In fact, there's one mechanic in particular that is so important that pretty much the entire game revolves around its use. That mechanic is called Fatal Shift. Now, before you ask, what the hell is Fatal Shift and why is it so important, please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Disco Wonderland, and over here, we pretty much play fighting games at this channel. And if you are interested in the content I produce, then please drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that noti bell so you'll be notified whenever a new video of mine drops. Doing all that will help you board out with the algorithm, all that good stuff. With that being said, let's talk about some Fatal Shift. So, what is Fatal Shift? Fatal Shift is a mechanic that enhances the power of just about any move in the game at the cost of 1 bar meter or action gauge in this case. It has 5 universal properties, which are increased hit stun, increased block stun, forces a counter hit, and adds invincibility on the 3rd frame of any move during its startup animation. Now, since there's been a lot of changes with the game over the years, I'm not sure if that last bit is entirely accurate. However, no matter where the invincibility actually starts, that move does indeed gain invincibility. However, those are only 4 of the 5 universal properties provided by Fatal Shift. The 5th one, which I believe is the most important and the coolest, is the ability to cancel any fatal shifted move into another move of your choice. This is called a fatal connection. Now, I know you're probably thinking to yourself, bro, what? Like, how does that even? Listen, relax. Let me demonstrate. So in Slap 2, the Fatal Shift mechanic is tied down to a button. If you press that button or hold it down on its own, nothing happens. Now, if you were to be holding down the Fatal Shift button and then you press another button like A, what happens then is that a brief freeze frame of that animation occurs, and then boom, your attack officially becomes fatal shifted with all the universal benefits I mentioned earlier. However, if you were to input any other move during or after the freeze frame, that next move will come out immediately, hence the name Fatal Connection. This means you can cancel a fatal shifted normal into a dash into a jump, a special move into a special move. You can fake out your opponents by fatal shifting an overhead attack, but then immediately going low. Hell, you can even fatal shift into itself. However, I do want to note that canceling fatal shift into itself is probably not a wise decision, and it most definitely be a big waste of meter. However, it is there. Also, I do want to note, you don't have to be pressing the Fatal Shift button prior to pressing another button for it to activate. You can simply press the Fatal Shift button and another input at the same time, and you will still get the Fatal Shift activation. Now, mind you, I only explain Fatal Shift in terms of its offensive capabilities. This mechanic, because of its sheer amount of utility, can be used defensively as well. But let's say your opponent has you in pressure, you desperately want to get out, and your character doesn't have any form of invincible reversal. Well, if you spend 1 bar of meter, you can potentially beat out your opponent's next attack with your own should there be a gap in their offense. Now, I do want to note there are more defensive mechanics in the game that might be better suited for that particular situation. However, I'll probably cover those in another video. Also keep in mind, because of the added invincibility and cancel options, a fatal shifted attack can be a safe get-in tool for a lot of characters. A prime example would be Tay's 236B shoulder lunge attack. By fatal shifting this move, you can safely beat out your opponent's attack should they poke you with a normal from a distance, or if they're blocking, you're still able to take your turn since you can fatal connect Tay's 236B into other actions. And that pretty much wraps up Fatal Shift and Fatal Connection. I just want to say that Fatal Shift is probably the most unique mechanic I've seen in a fighting game, period. The infinite amount of possibilities that this mechanic provides to its users, it will be too much to cover in one video alone for sure. Also, keep in mind, Slap 2 is still in development. This game is not finished yet, which means we can still see a lot of changes coming to Fatal Shift and to the game as a whole. That's going to do it for this video, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, please remember to drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and comment below on your thoughts on Fatal Shift. Do you think it's sick? Do you think it's a little too much? Let me know. Also, if you would like to learn more about Slap 2 and its characters and mechanics, then head on over to the description below where you can find a link to the game's wiki page. Also, there will be links to the game's community Discord, a trial version of the game, and the Patreon of the game's creator, where you can subscribe for only $5 a month to get full access to the game and any future updates. It's been your boy Disco Wonderland. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.